Alright gang, here's another case of Hot Wheel cars from the 70s and early 80s we're going to take a quick look at. Alright, we got the van. It was okay, wasn't one of my favorites. And there's another version of that car. It's gold, a lot of the gold's rubbed off. Space Cop. I mentioned about picking up some cars that was in a pump house and they had rust stains on them. This one still has some of the stains. There you go. A chrome Poison Pinto. God, Poison Pinto is awesome. This Poison Pinto is in awesome condition. And a Maxi Taxi Cutlass Supreme. I have a Fire Chief from somewhere. The Boss. Two Torinos, and if you look at the wheels on the red Torino on top, they're stained as well. That's another one that like rescued out of that pump house, well house. Two Monte Carlos. NASA Space Shuttle ground support truck. Okay, in a previous video there was a red car that had front end damage, that when your cars collided the front end flipped around. There's the police car slightly mentioned. I think those are 80s. A chrome Nomad. I used to have this as a kid, but it's one of the ones I got out of that pump house. I always love those old C cabs. This is not an original one to me. I actually don't remember where I picked it up at. That one is. We got a drag car, Dodge. Not one but two dune buggies. Funny Money. Whoops, get over here. There's the Funny Money. Mongoose. I think every boy had a Mongoose. Fireball Trans Am. That's kind of like a newer looking one. Grease Gremlin. I love that car. This one, the wing is bent and the push bar on the front on the other side is broke. This one, all the tampos are missing, but it's in a lot better shape body wise. Okay, there's actually two of these Porsches. I didn't show you the one on the bottom corner of the other side. This is the older wheel set. That's got, I think it's supposed to be like gold or maybe gold mag wheels. I'm not 100% sure. And oh, here we go. Hijacker Corvette. Boy, I love those hijackers. You know what? In the previous video, I mentioned the Hijacker Dodge truck that I bought as a kid, and the 32 Ford or 34 Ford. That might be the Dodge truck I bought. It's a lot wore out, but it's a hijacker as well. That old generic Fire Chief car. Don't believe that was ever mine as a kid. Pretty big. Bronco. Okay, I gotta take this one out because I'm a Bronco freak and I have all my die-cast Bronco Hot Wheel cars and all together on a rack or a shelf. So I'm gonna pull that one out and put it on the shelf with the other ones. Alright, now we got fire trucks. Here's it. We're gonna call it Unit 51, even though it's not Unit 51. In the previous video, I mentioned I had one fire truck that caught my attention for some reason because it didn't have any of the tampos on it, and the red color was just a different color than what I was used to seeing. And when I looked at the bottom, it said made in France. These are made in Hong Kong. That one and that one. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they also made a forestry version of that truck. And I think it was green. Alright, generic sheriff's car. Another Baja Breaker van. Look at there. That's the first release of the Baja Breaker. I had tons of those. And an orange one. An orange one in a whole lot better shape. The black 18 version with a rubber band around the hood. Reason being the rubber bands around the hood, if you recall, the hoods were plastic and you could open them up. and I had that little bitty tab that secured it down. Well, the tab I think is broken on that one, or not doing right, and I don't want to glue the hood down, so I just put a rubber band around it. That rubber band probably won't come off without breaking. Okay, these two Baja Bombers I pulled out because I love these trucks. Now, I mentioned in the previous video I had one that I painted that my cousin and gave me, actually made me find and then gave me. It's an old 50 model Ford truck turned into a Baja truck. And the reason why I'm showing you the front view and the rear view is because, you know, it's the Ford truck in the front. Alright, let me see. And on the tailgate it says Mattel. Now these I bought at a show. Don't recall what I paid for them, but I got them together. And there's the white one. Hold on a second. If you look at the back bumper on the white one, it doesn't line up right. It's over to the right. That's how I got them. So I don't know if that's a flaw or what, but it's cool, and I love them to death. And my least favorite color is blue, but I just wanted to show you that I think I call it Baja Breaker, it's Baja Bruiser. But I just like the tampos on the blue one a lot better than the white one. I thought I had an orange one as well. I might have to find it. Alright gang, that's it on that case. I know these videos aren't that great and I'm not going into much detail, but I just wanted to show my car collection from my childhood, the played with condition these cars are in. They're not going to get restored, they're going to stay as is. Some of them are replaced cars. I try to point it out when I notice it. But if I never had the car, I usually don't pick them up unless it's something that's really interesting. That's it for this one, guys. Thanks a lot.